It's your turn to be the game master. How do you keep all the lore, monsters, and treasures straight? Introducing the Beadle & Grimm's Game Master's Journal. Start by choosing your cover art, add text to remind you why you play, then plan your adventures with over 200 pages for character backstory, encounters, session logs, and more. When the campaign is over, you'll have a record of your character's bravery, cowardice, or both. Probably both.
And we are back. We should all have our mics on. We should all have some sound. How is everyone doing? I may have muted Ian by mistake. There we go.
Doing good, doing good.
Oh, now they've muted themselves.
Hello, Sandra.
Every single... We've been doing this for years, and it still finds something that technically goes wrong.
Sucker blood.
How we managed to win that world record, I don't know. But anyway, thank you for joining us. This is Band of Badgers. I am Dave. These are all my beautiful players, and which direction are we in? This week, we are joined by our special guest player. It's PJ from Ch02 Productions. How are you doing, PJ?
Hello, everyone. I am doing great. It is 1 o'clock here in sunny California, and I am ready to roll dice with the Band of Badgers. I am excited.
Fantastic. It's always good. So if you didn't know, PJ, we've been talking for a couple of years now. You came on one of our shows. We did the Paizo Europe Con, or Eurocon Paizo, or whatever it was called. I'm sure there was Europe and there was Paizo in there, something, and it was probably a con.
And it was a con.
Yeah, there you go. And it was online earlier. PJ was one of our players, one of our characters, who is always a pleasure to chat with. We chat in the background, loads of stuff. We plan loads of bits and pieces in the background. Is also a friend to Randy, who Randy, as you may have known if you've watched this series, has been a player character on this show as well as one of our others as well. So what have you been up to recently? Tell us. If they don't know who PJ is or Ch02 Productions, do the elevator pitch. Who are you? Where can people find you?
Absolutely. Let me tell you the tale. My name is PJ McGaw. I am the owner and GM of Ch02 Productions, official on Twitch. If you remember Randy, Randy's been one of my players for a very long time and a friend for even longer. We are a Pathfinder 2 homebrew game called Edge of Legend. We just started our 3rd season. A couple days ago, we've been named one of the top-rated Pathfinder 2e games on Twitch. We have been running well over 100 episodes, I think almost 120, 150, and all in a homebrew world with amazing classes and characters. And imagine, if you will, instead of all adventures starting at the beginning, what if they started at the end of all things? Heroes stopping Armageddon, because it's currently going on. So, so tune in, please. Season 3 is really exciting, and Randy's awesome, and I love him to death, and I'm excited to be here with these Badgers. And yeah, there's more projects coming down the pike when I can let you know. But until then, I'm excited to be here today.
Cool. Nice. How is everyone else?
Pretty good.
There's a sense of apprehension in the air, mainly because Randy was our last special guest player.
I wonder why though. Because let's just go back to a few messages ago in chat in Twitch before we've gone live. I wonder what caused the apprehension.
I don't know. Well, I was thinking more about Randy, our last special guest, kind of turned on you. He's been disowned now. Randy has been disowned.
Oh, we got much love for Randy. Much love.
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, good. But what's everyone drinking? What's everyone drinking, and what's everyone got plans for the weekend? Let's start that before we get into the killing.
Ale.
Bushmills Irish
whiskey.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Disappointment, and I wish I'd run up the house and got some whiskey instead.
You got a flask.
I've got nothing. I'm just going to be dehydrated.
Nothing.
Steve, I know you've got some Guinness in the little fridge in that room.
No, I've drunk it all. It's all up the house.
What? I bought you like 20.
Yeah. No, I only bring a certain amount down here, so I don't drink 20.
Yeah, sure.
Jill keeps it all. Right. Are we ready? Are we ready to play? We're kind of on the road. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Shall we do this?
I'm excited.
Let's do it.
Insight.
Okay, right. Let's
do it.
Let's roll VT. Okay, right. So, Marshal Vendry here in the last episode, Marshal Vendry gave you your orders. This is your first official meeting, first official mission. Sorry, not meeting. You had plenty of those. And you are going to go and take back Wheelwatch Fort. Now, in the very first episode, almost like our session 0, if you were, you had an encounter, which you found a letter. That letter was from the Wheelwatch commander on the post, and said that they had been invaded, and that pretty much they all had been slaughtered if they didn't get reinforcements in time. I guess they never received that notice. So, you all, along with Raven, Mayor Raven, as you know her, and about 10 soldiers, newly formed, made up of civilians wanted to help out, refugees who are coming in from all directions, and some survivors from Vogler. Okay, none of them have any real military training, but what you do know is that Darrett is responsible for training them. He's kitted them out the best he can. He's given them some basic pieces, basic training that will keep them alive, but now it's down to you. So you are now on the road, on your way to Wheelwatch Fort. It's about 24 miles southeast from Calaman, where two rivers meet. So you're on the road with Raven. For everyone playing, for the players and for the audience, if the music is too loud, do let me know.
Okay. How far away are we at this point? Are we still like 20 plus miles out, or are we in sight of this place?
You're getting there. So what Raven wants to do is, she knows that there is a corpse of trees nearby. So the further you get out from Calaman City towards Erstwald, Erstwald is a rocky terrain. So the further you go away from Calaman, the more sparse and lower glade it gets. Okay, more open scene. Okay. Now she has a plan that she's going to pull up in a corpse of trees about 2 miles away from the fort, so that you can plan how you're going to take it back.
How long did it take us to travel to this point from Calaman?
It's a few hours. It's only 24 miles. You're all on horseback, but to keep the horses safe, that's why you're gonna pull over to the side of the road.
I'm not getting rid of any exhaustion.
And it's dark, right? It's dark out.
No, this is daytime.
Okay, it's daylight.
To give you an idea, let me bring up a picture,
okay,
because I love this piece of artwork. To give you an idea, have a look at that.
Almost looks
Bringing
like
the dogs with us.
Yeah, you got some dogs chasing you. You don't have that many soldiers with you, but the soldiers are all kitted out in the right colours, which is basically blue, white, and gold. And you can see Castle Calaman. That's the wall around the entire city, with those huge statues plus even bigger towers. So the city of Calaman is big. It is a very historical place. It's been there for many, many, many years.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. So as we get to this outcrop of like trees, then I guess we're all kind of in this area now.
Yep.
I'll kind of start looking out, and I'll walk over to Raven. Well, how do you assume we're gonna approach and not be seen? It seems quite a bit of open ground between us and the castle.
And she pulls you over. She says, "Well, I used to be stationed there many years ago, when I went through my military service as part of the Vogler family. It's something we all had to do. Now I can, I've got a bit of paper. I can sketch out a rough outline of what I think the fort is or has been, the structures which are there. But other than that, I'm kind of hoping that some of you will have some expertise, at least share some ideas of how we may be able to find a way in."
Yeah, I think Fizz sort of like hungover, very, very hungover still, and exhausted. He's like, if you'd have seen him on the travels, he would have taken this brazier and he would have spent an hour casting a spell. And at the end of that time, like this silver smoke with this like red royal rises out of this brazier, and in his hands materializes a rat whose eyes glow really red and then just sink back into like the normal color as it's finally conjured as he casts Find Familiar. And as we get to this point, he pulls out this rat from his cloak and is like, I can, as long as I'm within 100 feet of this one, I think I can snoop around, but I'm kind of, and he's like still urging from like the night before. He's just like, well, I don't know how useful I'm going to be, but I'll try my best if you want me to go ahead and look with this one, or maybe we can get some intel on what's inside.
You can see through that rat, Fizz?
Yeah, it's sort of a magical one. It acts and it looks real, but I've conjured it out of magic, and it's got I can connect with it, and as long as I'm within 100 feet, I can control it and see through it. But I can send it off further to do things. But within 100 feet, I have control. But if I do that, I'm completely blind and deaf to my surroundings. You would have to either carry me or help me walk around.
I can help you, Fizz.
Good idea, Fizz. Good idea. Scouting ahead.
Should be quite helpful. Look for patrols. Raven, do you know if there's any patrols or maybe the routes that they might take?
We don't have any information within this area. What these, as we come to know them now, as Dragon Army soldiers. We don't know what defenses they've done, what defenses they may have added, what their numbers are on the inside. We've only seen, as you well know, we were there at Vogler. Is there anything new in there? I don't know.
Well, it seems that maybe our rat friend might be able to answer some of those questions for us.
Yeah.
Get me close enough. After you, York.
Sorry. When you were stationed here, Mayor Raven, how many soldiers made up the watch that held the fort?
Not many. If anything, there may have been at a maximum 10. It is a small fort. It's not a huge area. It's not a castle. This is a trade fort. There is the road that coming down from the north can exit and enter the fort. So it comes in the north entrance and can go out the south entrance. It's almost like they built the fort on top of the road, or an existing road. It's just a stopover, a tradeway.
Then if you were a defending force...
York, sorry, just going to jump in. But how about we get close enough that we can actually see whether there's any people walking around the outside, any of these dragon people, before we think about trying to get the rat closer. We'll talk about the rat. It's not you. Sorry.
I was just thinking about how many we may face when we get into the fort. So for defending force of 10, we should probably expect that the enemy has maybe 20 or 30 strong.
Yep, I agree. Sounds fair.
So a stealthy approach, seeing as we don't have the numbers, is probably going to be our most effective strategy.
Agreed.
Taken by surprise.
Should we?
I think we should split and approach from different directions so that we don't give away our positions as I don't know, as easily as would be easy to spot a large party. I think we should split up and move in smaller groups. We should pair up. Myself and you, Flynn, are obviously our main fighters in the party.
Yep.
So we should split up with the less martial members. So one of us goes with Fierce and the other with Shilling. Actually, it would be good if we could maybe borrow one of your soldiers, Mayor, if we can, and accompany Grom. Grom is, of course, a strong fighter in his own right, but it'd be best to travel in pairs rather than individually.
Whatever you suggest. This is the strategy is all yours. I'm here to command the new recruits. Now, this may be their first battle. Some of them have had experience before, but you're welcome to chat with the soldiers. If anyone stands out, please go and do investigate yourself. Pick the right person for the job. And she starts to take a pack from her horse. She's got some paper and some charcoal. She starts to sit on the floor and unpack it all and unfold it so she can start drawing out a basic plan or the fort for you all to see. And while she's sitting there cross-legged and she's drawing it out, she looks up at you, George, and says, I guess I'm just Raven now. There's no more need to call me Mayor. There is no Vogler. My family's home is all but destroyed. Maybe one day we can win it back, but for now I'm just Raven. But thank you, George.
As you see fit, but it won't be may win it back. We will win it back.
As you see her, she starts to draw up the fort. So what I'll do, I will bring this up on the screen. There we go.
Right. Who wants to go with me then?
So what I've done is allow you to move your tokens around. This is the fort. There are four towers. So you have a tower here, tower there, southeast, northeast. So
which direction will we coming in from, Dave?
You're coming down from here.
From that
north.
path, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
All of this is open green.
Yep.
So there's no shelter around there. There's no kind of places to hide. It is completely open, but it is green. There is a north door, double gate, and there is a south double gate. And Raven also, as you can see, she's marked on where the gate controls. So these are double doors with a portcullis. At least the last time she was there.
There's sort of like nervously, but before we decide, I mean, how are the gates controlled? Is it like a big lever or is it a switch? What? Because I mean, if my familiar can go in and activate it, if it's strong enough, then I'll do that. But if not, then we need to get in there.
From memory, it's a winch with a clasp. So you need to lift up the clasp, turn the winch.
Definitely has to be.
I don't think a rat's going to do that. Yeah.
How big's your rat, Fizz?
Well, I don't. I can either stealth or I can go and be a distraction with it. I've got this little bell, and he like brings it up, and it's like ding, ding, ding. It's like I can attach it to the rat and sneak it in and have it go off places. Maybe we can distract anybody who's there.
I think, and this is just me spitballing here, but if we can get the rat to actually get inside and just tell us roughly how many people, or you see roughly how many dragon-born people are in there, then that would be the most helpful thing. And then we can think about trying to get the doors open after.
Yeah, Shilling, you're quite, and he's still like holding that vomit.
Yeah,
it's just like
I'm sorry about that, Fizz.
Yeah, I think maybe no more campaign for a while. You're quite quiet as well on your feet. I don't know if you're able to get around. I mean, is it better to try and get like a view from afar from all around this place, or is it better to stay together until we know more?
I could scout out if you need me to. However, I was thinking using the rat first and maybe me going second, just in case I'm surprised by anything, or there's someone already expecting us, let's say, and they're watching out for someone.
DM question as well. Are these 5-foot squares on the map, or are they 10 foot?
These are not to scale. This is just for you to move your tokens around, just so you can all strategize together where you want to be, what you think you're going to do. This is not a real map.
I also think we need to pick a willing victim. I mean, volunteer from the group of, obviously hardy fighters that we've brought with us.
How high are the walls?
Good question.
The walls are 20 foot high.
Okay.
Because how are we getting in? I mean, obviously we can get the rat in, because rats will get in anywhere. And the rat can tell us how many enemies we're going to be potentially facing, but ultimately we have to get in because we're the tip of the spear, if you like.
Once more, Fizz puts his hand in the air really timidly. He's like, actually, I figured something like this might happen. And when we had chance for supplies before we left, you know how I used my mage hand to move the rope. Well, I grabbed them, and he pulls a grappling hook out of his backpack. I can mage hand this up, and we can. Those who are strong enough to climb could probably go in that way.
I think that'd work good. My idea was forming a human ladder, so.
Yeah. She'll end at the top.
Well, that would look the best. So, should we actually maybe just us lot stick together as the advance party and try and get in there to open the door so everyone else can rush in? Or should we just group off like Jorg said? I'm not, I've got no axe to grind either way, but...
I don't mind staying with Fizzwiz if he has to get within 100 feet. Of course, I'm quite stealthy. I can kind of...
Yeah, I could do that too. That's what I'm asking, because if we could all possibly move up, I don't know.
Well, I mean, we could always send in the scouts and then wait for nightfall for the rest of us.
What time of day is it, Dave? Sorry.
Yeah, how long have we got till nightfall?
Like in the morning, right?
Oh.
It wasn't first thing in the morning. Let's say it's getting towards dusk. If you want to wait until night, it's entirely up to you.
I mean, under the cover of night, it's probably going to be easier going through that open plains. But I do think you guys should scout when it's still light, because then you'll be able to see better.
Mm-hmm.
From the look of the map, I would say this larger tower probably is a barracks or stables or something important. So we should avoid trying to get in at this point. If we split the part into 3 pairs, then we should try and get in at each of the towers.
Yeah.
The reason I'm suggesting we split into 3 is because if one pair gets captured, that may draw the attention of a lot of the enemies and allow the other 2 pairs to flank and assist. Or, if worse comes to worst, go for the gate controls and get the gates open so then the larger force with Mayor Raven can get in.
Yep.
Bait and switch, eh?
I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to split the party so deep, but I don't know. I think it's...
She also points out that there are patrols in the walls, but also these towers, expect them to have windows, arrow slits.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's nowhere to hide, they will see you coming.
How far away are we again from the fort?
You're about 2 miles at the moment.
2 miles. What's that in feet?
A lot.
Trying to think, 100 feet for the rat.
It's about 9,000 feet or something.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, I need to be close.
Yes, a lot closer then.
I
don't mind getting so far where I can see and maybe time if the patrols are on the walls, if there's any particular areas ever left, I don't know, vacant for a few moments at a time, and kind of work my way around clockwise.
We definitely need to do some scouting and try and be somewhere where we can see what goes on for a couple of hours.
Yeah. I think we need to scout. Let's see what we learn from that. Then we can go from there.
Okay.
Flynn, do you want to go and check out some of the soldiers, see what experience they've got, so we can select?
I've got I've got an idea to see who might actually be like heroic in the group of them. Follow me, York. Watch this. So Flynn, you see Flynn sort of march over to the group of soldiers, and I go like, right, which one of you lot wants to do a suicide mission? And I'm looking to see whoever looks up in my direction. Does anyone look up in my direction?
Shilling over here just shakes her head, like just terrorizing them.
You looked at me. I saw you.
What? This guy? This face? This buddy right here?
Yep. Come on, up here.
Suicide mission? Oh, I am in. You look like a guy who has adventures. Let me get my bow here, and I kind of pull myself up to my feet. As I say, hi, my name is Iker. I'm excited to be a part of this mission. It's going to be amazing. You look amazing. This is so cool. So what's your story? Did you like fight off a bunch of pirate ships? You have like an awesome pirate vibe. I love it.
Yes, basically. Yeah, it's good to see.
That's a background story right there.
It's good. Yeah. 2 episodes ago, watch that. Yeah. So it's good to see that they're not all spineless, and there's a good man among them. So come up with us. We need to talk.
Absolutely.
Hey,
I only got one life to live. Let's do it.
York, a man who is adventurous.
Yeah.
And then I hand Ayaka a bottle of rum and say, take a swig of that. You're going to need it.
I look at the bottle of rum and I cork it with that nice thunk noise, and I smell it, and I have like a shiver as it fills my brain, and I drink it, and I. That's so wizard, man. This drink is so wizard. I love it. Oh, put the cork back in. I hand it back.
Good man.
Oh, I can't feel my leg. I laugh as I'm pointing to the prosthetic. Get it? I can't feel my leg. Oh, it's my favorite joke.
Do you want to give a quick visual description of what you look like?
Absolutely. I am a pretty tall, lithe, and fast, capable man, as you see there in the image. Someone who's very deft with a bow, pretty good at stealthing and surviving, with a big cocksure smile on my face. Eyes maybe sharpened because of like years of shooting from a great distance, but there's still sparkle in them. As you can tell, I have a prosthetic leg. I believe that is my left leg, and there are some runes on the kneecaps that may suggest some enchantments. And I have a bow and arrow, a quiver at my hip, and I am very excited to be going on this new adventure.
That leg is dead cool. We might need it later.
When we have to try and escape.
Can I just say as well, kudos to the artist who drew that picture for doing the correct holding of the bow with the arrow for that style of shooting. Well done.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Flynn, I can't always agree with your selection criteria, but at least we know he's not an alcoholic.
Would it be better if he was, though?
So, Ayakura, welcome to the team. Team, this is Ayakura. He will be joining us for our small Wheelwatch tower attack, I guess, would be the best description.
Grab my bow, I put my cheek on it. It's like, oh, this is so exciting. How's it going, adventurers? What immortal act are we going to do today? I'm so excited.
Our objective is to take back the tower.
That's good. That's very good. I love that. I'm here to take back the tower too. So why don't we go and do the impossible, right? Let's go.
All right.
Okay, Fizz and Chilling, are you doing any scouting?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Anytime like the alcohol is drunk or mentioned, Fizz is like.
Chilling just like pats him on the back. It's fine, but not too hard because she's worried that she like. trigger something.
Flynn goes, Fizz, do you want some? Fizz.
And like, even though you can't see his face, because for Ayek, what you see for Fizz is this gnome size, clearly a wizard. They have like a pouch that clearly holds a spell book at one side, and they have this like long red traveler's coat, which also acts as a robe. They have this like large hat on, but the face is completely obscured with this like black void, which is two floating orb eyes of blue. But like you hear that, and you can just picture the face of like every time underneath it. But he pulls this like small like rat out from underneath this traveling coat, and okay. And he pulls this tiny small bell out, and the rat takes it and puts it into one of its cheek pouches, so it can't be heard at this point. And is like, "Hey, Shunning, yeah, let's go."
Shun's like, "You sure? You sure you're okay? Don't you like retching en route?"
I'll try. I'll be
Okay.
really quiet.
Hey, you know what? If you gotta puke, right? Let it go, man. That's
Let
just
it out
poison
now.
in your body, and that
Let it
doesn't
out
want to
now.
be there either, man. So here's what you're gonna do. If you puke, no judgment. That's just past you, leaving you behind. So you right now can kick all the ass. That's what I always say.
She's like, more worried about him giving us away, but it's fine.
Oh, then do it quietly. I don't know how much of a loud puker you are. Like, I know some guys, right? Pull back the air, play some music, but I think you're a quiet puker. I just met you. You look like a quiet puker to me, dude.
And Fizz sort of like doesn't know what to do with this like enthusiasm. He's like, he's lost all of his so recently, and now that like a new like really happy force, and he's like so torn, and he's just like, I guess I can try. And then just as he goes to step off whatever like rock cart, whatever bit we're sat on right now, he just face plants the floor, and then like like gets back up again.
Yeah, she's
We
like,
should
good
go.
start, good start. Let's go, let's go. Let's forget about that. Let's go.
So it's just Fizz and Shilling going right now, right?
I think
You
so,
need to-
as far as we're aware. Yeah.
For the
How,
stuff.
how
okay.
are you intending to do this? Because Fizz, correct me if I'm wrong, but you said you go into some sort of catatonic or statue-like state.
Yeah, it's I'm still I can walk and I can do things, but like I'd have to be guided. I become blind and deafened when if I go into the full control. I can also send it off to do things, and it can communicate with me telepathically. But it's better if I control it. I get to see through its eyes. As long as you like hide me, like if we get somewhere where we can hide and stuff, and we're close enough, I can then just yeah.
Okay, so
keep
you
an
can
eye
kind
out
of hunt
as well,
her down
so-
in the grass.
Yeah, we're
right?
both quite little, aren't we?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Did
before
we pick
you
up
two
any
leave-
ghillie suits?
Ghillie suits, yeah. Before you two leave, I'll walk up to Shilling. Wait a second here, Shilling. Come here.
Yeah.
Fizz is pretty small, and I'm sure he'll be hidden good. And obviously, no one's going to mind a rat. But I know you're stealthy, and you'll probably be fine. But I just thought maybe I would just kind of give you maybe a little bit extra. And I stand back and hold out my hand, and I close my eyes, and you just see my eyes as they're closed, boom, just like pulse with like white light, and I cast guidance on you.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you. I'll catch up with Fizz now.
He would be.
Bubbles off. Thank you. Oh, is that okay? I wasn't sure if he was like, what? Not you can go very far, but
Let's do this.
let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. As they walk off, I'll kind of go back to Jorg real quick. What do we do if something goes wrong? I mean, I assume we grab the band and we all run in, right?
Yep, that's plan B is attack full front.
Okay.
Full frontal. Yeah.
All right.
Well, with the majority of the force, I still suggest that somebody tries and gets him round the back to get the door open. But, yeah.
Have they left yet? Did they leave yet?
They've walked off. So yeah, you can still catch up with them.
Crap.
Okay,
Okay,
Fizz
I'll
and
run off
Shilling,
them
are you
quickly.
walking or are you taking a horse?
I think walking. Oh, well, actually, no, it's quite far away, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's 2 miles.
Yeah, let's not do that then. I think Viswas might keel over.
A horse until about like a mile away, and then try.
That's
and
what I'm thinking.
stealth it.
Yeah.
So you suddenly see Finn sort of go like he's just thought of something, and he just smacks the horse and he gallops after them, and he says to them, "Any problems? You hightail it back, okay? And we'll hightail it towards you, and we'll meet in the middle."
Okay.
He turns around and goes back.
Yeah.
Are you taking a horse each or one horse?
What, I think we give one.
One. Yeah. Let's take the one.
I think it's easier.
Yeah.
And who's at the front of the horse?
I think Fizzwiz will be at the front.
Yeah, and I will.
Do you like?
Speak with?
Oh,
It's
like Elwyn and Pippin.
Yeah, exactly that. He used to speak with small animals, and it's like, we need to get here fast but quietly. And when we get there, we're going to lead you by a really nice tree with some grass. We'll be coming back for you, but just wait for us, okay? And yeah, they can.
As you say that, the horse's canter kind of picks up a little bit more. He's a little bit more bouncy. He kind of looks, almost turns his head, looks back at you, and the tail swishes a little bit. Kind of like he likes that idea. He likes to have kind passengers. So eventually, after a mile or so, you see that as Mayor Raven had explained to you before, the trees start to break out into greener pastures, greener fields. The trees become more and more sparse as you go. So you pass you're 1 mile away from your companions. You can no longer see them in the distance. They can't see you. And it's getting darker. So you're hoping that the cover of night is going to start to disguise you a little bit, at least conceal your movement. Now, as you know, Raven said the road will take you straight to the fort, to Wheelwatch. Anything you'd like to do?
I think as the trees get thinner, then I'd be like, we should leave the horse here and try and go quietly from here.
Very stealthily.
Yeah.
So yeah, Shilin sort of slides off the horse and takes Fizzwiz as well. Picks him up.
Yeah.
Okay, so eventually, in the distance, as you come out, the road kind of bends around the corner and goes over a hill. In the distance, you see a fairly squat stone fortress, exactly as Raven drew. It's quite boring to look at. It's 4 towers, 4 walls, and you coming down the north road, you can see there's double doors are closed. Doesn't seem to be any movement on the outside, but more and more the last patches of green before the rocky scrubland of erstwhile, kind of more behind the fort than in front. Its tall wooden gates are flanked by crenellated battlements and the solid watchtowers. Now you can also see what appears to be torchlight shines through the fort's windows, which are more arrow slits than obviously glass. And every so often you can see armoured figures just kind of making their way along the walls. Now you can only kind of see 1, maybe 2 walls, so the north wall and the west wall. What would you like to do?
Shilin wants to pay attention to the patrols around the wall, just to count how many guards are actually, well, the wall she can see, are actually crossing or walking around those areas. If they're like in pairs or like alone or...
So what you see is you see a single armoured figure watching on by the gate. So the wall on either side of the gate. They can't go across it. It doesn't open up all the way. Okay. And on one of, if you was to go around to a slight angle, you would see the west wall. There is also a figure on guard. They walk up to the tower, they turn around, they walk back to the other tower, they turn around and walk back.
Okay, so it's like 1 per wall then, pretty much.
1 per wall.
Oh, excellent. Nice.
Okay.
So we can always sneak up when their backs are turned if we're really quick.
If we time it right, we can wait till they're moving and we can move slowly and it almost like
with them.
Stop when they come back, and then as they turn, go again.
And
do our best to stay low, stay quiet.
Yep. Okay. Are we close enough to let the wee rat inspect the castle now?
What's the distance, Fizz, for the rat?
I need to. The whack needs 100 feet. At least after 100 feet, I lose control of it.
Okay, so you're at least 500 feet
Okay.
away from the fort.
Okay.
And there's do a perception check, both of you.
First roll of the session.
Mine is at disadvantage.
Oh. I'm adding my D4 to that.
Oh, a whopping
I've got
6 for me
18.
then.
Okay. Shilling, you can only work out there's maybe one tree.
Okay. All right, it's better than nothing.
I mean, we could
Is it
crawl,
big enough for us to kind of hunker behind, or is it a proper tiny like ash tree?
It's a small tree.
Okay, but good enough.
This is grassland going into rocky land.
Okay.
So it's extremely sparse.
So I nudge Fizz and say,
Does it look
"Tree over
like?
there."
Yeah. Does it look like we could like move, and then as soon as they turn back, we like go prone, wait for them,
Yeah.
and then like use any rocks and stuff to like basically stealth our way close enough to the walls, really? Because in Biz's mind, he's thinking if we can get like to the walls and like be in that bottom of there, they're not going to be looking directly over them.
No, we're too far in, aren't we?
Okay, so you're 500 feet away. I will allow you to move 100 feet closer to the fort. Okay, each round. So every 100 feet, you're going to roll. But I'm also going to roll.
Yeah.
Okay?
Keep it stealthy.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Feeling nervous.
All right.
Oh.
You do your rolls. Are you staying together as well?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I can get him out quite well. I can run quickly. I'll get him out.
Go for it.
Are we rolling stealth?
You two are going to roll stealth checks, and I'm going to roll perception.
Okay. I'm going to get my camera here.
I get the feeling here. Got a good roll there.
No. Double disadvantage, double 19s.
Oh no,
Well
I've got 19.
Oh, nice.
It's on my own. Plus
well
8.
done.
11 plus 8.
So I can only beat that with a
That's
natural
awesome.
20. I should use my lucky blue dice, but hey.
That's for a total of dirty 20.
That's fine. It's fine. I got a 15.
Oh, thank God
Right.
for that.
So you managed to... How are you doing this? How are you going to move... You haven't got the horse there with you because you left that behind.
Shilling's almost like commando crawling, but like as strong as she can be. She's been
Yeah.
working out her upper body strength. So
And how far apart are you two when you're crawling?
not
I'm on your heels.
too far. Pretty much together.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
a foot between us.
Ready for the next one? You're
Yeah.
400
No.
feet. You can see... are you going straight for the door? Are you heading for like the west wall, the tower?
What's good for the rat? What would be the easiest accent for them to maybe near the gates? It could go under the gate because I don't think it can go
So
through.
if you remember, if you look at your map, are you approaching this area? Oh, wrong screen. Are you approaching this area? Are you approaching the tower wall? Or are you going straight down the road and heading for the front door? Use your
I think we should stay
tokens, and then you can show me where you're going.
Use the force.
Where do you think?
I'd be
What's
following
better
you,
for
Kieran.
you, Fizz?
Well, I think at least from a corner, we can see two sides of it, and we can see who's moving forwards and backwards.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Some
And then,
more
like,
this way.
Yeah, so I
It
think
doesn't
that's
matter if the
somewhere
rat can easily go to the gate. It's not like we have to go right up to the gate, is it? I was thinking.
exactly. I just need to be
yeah.
close enough.
Yeah, that's fine. So around this area, I suppose.
Okay, so you're thinking about heading in kind of from a diagonal position to the tower, yeah?
Yeah, so definitely off the road.
Yeah.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right. Are you ready? So you're 400 feet. Let's roll again. Stealth checks for you two. Perception checks for me. But
no.
I'm now going to roll 2 d20s.
Yeah.
Fizz.
I'm going to grab my camera again.
No?
I don't think this is
2
the
19s
two
again.
d20s. Double 12s.
Whoa.
Plus,
I got
Oh, wow.
but it is only a
13.
13.
Okay. Your
Same as
score
me.
beat
It's really
mine.
weird. It's almost like we're at.
So you commando crawl. That's fine. Commando crawl. Another 100 yards. It's getting darker. The moon is out. The sun is out. The stars are out.
Sorry to interrupt, Dave. When it starts to get dark, we start to all move forward a little bit. So, like, half trot, as it were.
So when you say you, do you mean you lot
Everybody.
and
Everybody.
Raven?
Yeah,
And
the
the
whole
other
party.
persons.
We're like
Okay.
just moving in slowly, getting closer.
The reserves. We're letting them do the thing, but we're like,
So by the time that it's like pitch black, we'll be within visual distance of the fort thing.
Okay. Yep. Right. Fizz, Shilling, you ready? Another round?
Yep.
Oh, do I switch the dice out?
Come on.
Too good.
You got 300 more feet to go. Here we go. Stealth checks from you both.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Okay. I'm going to use my...
It's not double one,
features
is
and
it, Ian?
traits.
I got a
No,
dirty
one is an
20.
18, but I'm at disadvantage. The other one's a 5, so I'm going to use my Adept of the Red Robes of my first feature and trait of that, which allows me to re-roll. Let me just... where are you? Adept of the Red Robes. Where are you? When you make an attack roll or ability check and roll a 9 or lower on the d20, you can balance fate and treat the roll as a 10. I can only do this 2 times per long rest, so that's going to be a 10 plus 1 for an 11.
Okay. Shilling, what did you get?
Dirty 20.
Okay. You start crawling through the grass. You make it another 100 feet. You don't know if you've been spotted, but no alarm seems to go off. No screaming and shouting seems to go off. You're now 200 feet from the wall. From that first corner tower.
Oh, just want to stop. I don't want to
You
go
ready to
anymore.
go again?
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
You must keep going.
Yeah, no,
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Stealth check for you both. Let's go.
I'm fine. We're fine. Well, I'm fine. I don't know about you, but I'm fine.
Uh-oh. I don't like the look on Ian's face.
Please don't be.
Fizz.
I got 26, just to put that out there, just first of all.
What
think
was the
at this
numbers?
point
What's the numbers on the dice?
I'm going to use
I got
my
18 on dice.
last Adept of the Red Robes and make that a 10 instead of a 3 and a 4. And yeah, so it's an 11 for me. But you see that Fizz is starting to struggle now. He's like still severely hungover and exhausted.
And he's about to puke.
He
Let's
should
start
have
racing
actually
and get
won.
away.
Hair of the dog.
Okay. Shilling, make a perception check. Fizz, you just got your head in the... You can feel... You smell the soil. You smell the grass. The sweat is coming. If you see what your hood on, the face mask, the sweat is building up. And you're starting to like feeling hot and queasy. Shilling, do a perception check.
7.
Okay. You are 100 feet from the tower. What do you wish to do?
Ideally, we need to get a little closer so that I have that range. Because I only have 100 feet where I can control it, which means he'd only be getting to the floor.
Yeah. Should we go? So if we're 100 feet now, do we want to go another 50 feet in?
I guess we have
So
to.
the racket
They're all
has more-
relying on us. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This is
one
so
more.
tense. I'm sweating.
Oh man. One more stealth check for the road. Oh, that's good again. Oof. That's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
You got 3.
30.
I'll say that's good. It's
Shilling.
30. Dirty 20.
Okay. Can
This is
everybody
great.
else do a perception check, please?
Oh no.
Oh,
She's like, Fizz.
yes, I can do
Fizz.
quite a good perception check, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
I actually think at that point, like something happens and like he captures his foot and he's like, and like there's an urge and he's just like,
18 total, Dave.
17.
11.
19 total.
Okay. Finn, Ayek. Are you on horseback or are you walking? All of you.
When
Your
we get to within
reinforcements.
visual range, I assume we'd be walking because we don't want to
That's fine. Yeah.
sort of, yeah.
Right. So on the wind, you hear, and Fizz and Shilling, you can clearly hear this. You hear the sound of a horn. It goes off. Now everyone else, you hear it on the wind. So there's a slight delay. Fizz and Shilling, you hear the front gates, the door open up, and what appears to be a bunch of guards comes running out. At least 6 individuals start coming out, possibly 7, with torches as well.
Okay.
And they immediately come out the gate and they head towards the corner tower where you are, and they start to fan out and spread out, and they're, "We know you're here. Where are you? Stand up and you will live. If we find you, we will kill you now."
Yorg, the Horn of Gondor.
And as you look round to see where I am, I'm probably already about 40 feet down the road.
Yeah, I get in that case because I don't think everyone else would have sort of like just sprinted off like you have. So I'll give the order to charge to everybody. So I say,
But, hey,
men, charge!
I
Sorry.
shout. Was that?
Go on, Grom.
how far again are we from them?
That's a good point.
I'm going to say you are 2 rounds from them.
I look at
Now,
Shilling while
remember
the
the plan, Fizz
Yeah.
and Shilling.
I say just Fizz quickly, is there anything you can cast? Is there anything you can do just so they can't see us?
Can you cast Forget Invaders?
Can you just do something? I can't
But
outrun them.
only 6 of them have come out, right?
6 of them have come out, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I look at you and I'm like,
Now,
run or fight.
I think, I don't know. And Shilling's just like, oh my god, she
You
wants to
know,
run.
man.
But she wants to be like, I don't know if we can. She's like, logically went up in her head, like, can we survive this?
Okay.
Or do we actually have to retreat?
Okay.
He touches
Are
you
we
then.
are we
and-
charging like all of us? Are we like screaming and charging and
'Cause
running?
if I can hear the others behind me charging up behind us, like within earshot, I'm like, we can stand a chance. But if they're not there, I'm going to be like,
what,
Oh.
Dave? I know this is
Yeah.
a really hard question to answer, but what is the range of 2 rounds?
I
For, like,
wasn't going to
ranged
worry about
weapons?
that. I was just... for ranged weapons, well, you got your bows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because some of us have got bows.
Well,
And I'm
they
just
started
thinking-
500 feet. So what's the longest
We're
range
about
on your
50
bow?
feet away, aren't we?
yeah, we're
Yeah.
about 50.
My normal range, my normal range increment is 150, and my maximum range, which I think is where I start to take penalties, is 600. So, I mean, I can tag them. You know what I mean?
I mean, if we're 50 feet away, we've still got quite a big fair distance ahead of them. If they haven't fanned out too far, we could potentially move back and retreat.
Yeah, if you
Or
stick
stay
to the
low and try
plan,
and
that
hide.
would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know that we should charge in just yet. I think we should start kind of like moving and staying down, but I don't know
Yeah.
that we should like charge in.
Shouldn't if it's just
You don't
like,
want to give away
come
our
on, don't fall
numbers.
backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good plan. Maybe we should give the signal to ranged people to shoot then, and then just maybe me and Jorg run forward.
I mean,
I'll
I'm
go
already locked,
Steve
docked, and ready to
concurs.
fire. So,
I will cast
Whenever
minor
you need to
illusion.
do it.
Mhm.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, what you'll see on the map, and I'll put it up for everyone to see as well. You are just out. If you can add yourselves to the initiative, PJ, I will do that for you.
Okay.
Roll your initiative manually, and then just type in your number
11
in the roll.
plus 1.
Dave, I assume you don't want us all to do this yet.
Put you in, so then
Right, okay.
it's only gonna, so that way we don't have to do it again. But this is just to show.
So,
No, unfortunately,
Dave?
I'm not.
Yep.
I'm going to cast minor illusion, which I can do. I can make it a noise. I'm going to make it a wolf howl, 30 foot, sort of around near where the door is, the gate, and upwards.
Yep.
As hopefully a distraction, and maybe they think it's a wolf.
Mm-hmm.
When they came out the door,
Yeah, it'd be north of the door though. It's like 30 feet. Oh, actually, no, they have to be 30 feet from me.
right. So we're going to go into this. Everybody ready? We're going to start.
Oh,
So,
yes, I was born.
What's your initiative?
Shilling
Oh, where am I
and
entering
Fizz.
it? I entered it in the
I'll
wrong place.
do
Into Owlbear.
12.
So Shilling and Fizz. You can see a bunch of guards coming out the front gate. Let's just grab that sound. Come out the front gate and start searching for you. Some of them have torches, some of them don't.
Are we this close to the tower now then? Because I thought we were just about 50 foot back from it.
You're about here. You've been crawling towards it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would have cast minor illusion as they come out then. So it would have been 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And in around this area.
Yep.
To hope that like maybe they go looking there for a wolf.
Okay. I'm going to roll. Okay. 2 of them peel off and go and head in that
Excellent.
direction.
Towards us.
Yep.
Maybe not excellent.
Yeah, we're kind of that way, aren't we?
Right. So,
Yep.
what we got in terms of initiative? I beat all of you. Shilling and Fizz. So, I am going to do perception checks for all of them in that area, and if they spot you, they are going to have you. Because you didn't come forward. That is a miss. That is
I will
a miss.
remind you I'm prone.
There's a miss. That one isn't. Okay, so the one closest to you immediately said, "I've got him here! There's 2 of them!" And immediately runs over. Now you are prone, Shilling, so I get advantage on attack.
Oh.
This is not good.
That's a dirty 20.
Oh. No.
No, 5
Oh,
damage.
no.
5. Okay.
5 damage.
Could have been worse. Could have been worse. It's fine.
He only gets the 1 attack. So that's... They can move 30 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right, they can all get to you. Boom.
Oh,
Boom.
no.
Fizz!
Boom.
Shilling! No!
We're dead.
Cannot die.
Alright, so let's have so that was D, that's A, B and E. A. That's a 19, Fizz, that's 5 damage.
Let's see. I'm going to
You
silver
have 1
barb
hits you as
that one.
well. Okay, Silver Barb's second one hits you for 5 damage. And Hobgoblin E is a miss. Oh, actually,
What was the,
because you're prone. It's a miss.
What were the numbers on the second one? What was the attack to hit?
Oh, very low.
The
one that hit you rolled a 19.
Oh, 19. Okay. Yeah, I can't shield that, and if silver bob didn't help, yeah, I'll take the 5. Cool.
Cool.
Oh man.
Okay, shilling.
Yep.
What
My
do you
next.
want to do?
The one directly in front of me, I want to stab them with my dagger of venom. So let's have a little roll. 14 to hit.
14 is a miss.
Ah.
You can see that they are wearing armor.
Okay. Let me just check if I've got anything in my character sheet that gives me...
They've got chainmail and shields.
Okay. No, I can't do anything there. When I attack, I can. I can do something special, but not when I'm... I mean, yeah, making damage, rather. Yeah, there's... Am I lying prone as well?
Yes,
Still,
unless you want to
okay.
get up, you're lying prone and they're attacking you, and they will continue to attack you
I'll,
unless you get up and surrender.
Oh, man. I've already used an action in trying to stab it, though, so can I get up still? Because I completely forgot about that. I'm lying prone. So, yeah, I'll get up if I can.
I think it's half movement if you do that, so it's...
Okay, that's fine then. I'll
You're
get up.
swashbuckler as well, aren't you?
Yes.
You get a free disengage when you attack.
Ah, but I have to get up to disengage, don't I?
Well, it'd be half
Depends how you do it.
Yeah.
Be
Could just, like,
cinematic.
Roll.
Backflip.
Roll away and then just get up and run.
Backflip.
Just like roll into a
Do
full
it.
run and run.
Be Black
Roly
Widow.
poly.
Backflip. Run away.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'll
because then you
do.
could bonus action
That's it.
dash as well. You can just get out of there, couldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Do that and just get out.
And Fizz is like, you feel this darkness come off him, and it's like, you've seen it the other day, like, he goes,
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, that's what Shilling does. She
You're still hung
Okay.
over.
rolls into it like a gymnast.
Go on, move
Disengages.
your token away.
Oh, where am I? I'm here. Oh, so I'm going to go...
Right,
so I'm here.
Fizz,
I'm gonna go
you're up
this way.
next. Fizz is going dark.
Awesome. Fizz will hungoverly, but now he's got that sway as he uses half his movement to stand up, which is already half because he's exhausted level 2. Stands up and he can't go anywhere, but he's just like swaying, and you just see this like royal of red starting to fall out of the cloak, and then it starts to swirl, and he's like, "You're all monsters." He's going to cast Sword Burst. I need a dexterity saving throw from every single one of them, please, as the swirl of roiling red begins to turn into swords now as they like spin around him, and it's almost like a storm. Yeah, dex saving throw, please.
Fail. Where we got 4. It was E. B is a pass. I got 18.
Yeah, that's a pass.
A is a 17.
Pass.
And D is a 12.
Fail. So it's going to be 1d6 force damage for those of them who failed, and that's it. The other ones don't take half or anything. So 1d6 is going to be 1.
1.
Yeah.
Is that to both of them?
Yeah. Unless you want me to roll it separately.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So that's D and E. Take 1 point of damage.
Do I have any bonus actions? No, I don't. And he just stays there, and you just like see the storm around him, and you just feel that of like that same darkness from the other day.
Okay. Well, you now recognize who these people are. They are indeed hobgoblins who have come out, but they are kitted out in the Red Dragon Army suit of arms, coat of arms, and colours.
Mercenaries.
So the rest of you, what you see from top of the road, you're another round away, is the torches come up. The doors open, doors close behind them, and you see at least 6 figures looking around. And then you can obviously see they start to huddle, move in. They found something. What do you wish to do?
I know York is running.
Last 2 rounds.
Yeah, so I'm gonna burn action surge to catch up with York. So I'm double timing it plus an extra action. So I'm quadruple timing it effectively.
Yeah.
I like to call it Usain Bolting.
Okay, so you're running after George. Your point man on this.
I'm on horseback.
Yep.
I'm charging towards the biggest group of them I can see, because you've already told me the door is closed. So I was going to ask that question. The door is closed. And I'm drawing out of my side saddle the shiny new lance that I picked up at the castle armory. And I should be lowering its tip at the nearest hobgoblin's back when you tell me I'll take an attack. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Okay. You still have a round away. So you're galloping down. Grom, Ayek.
Okay, so I was right when I saw them saw everything going on. I started heading that way as well.
Yep.
I wasn't necessarily on horseback though, so unless I'm on the back of York's horse, I'm just running.
I tell you what, roll a dice, and 10 to 20, you're on the back of mine, and 1 to 9, you're not, and you're just running. That'd be fun.
Is that what you want me to do, Dave?
If you want to, go for it. Yeah, come on. We're here to have some fun. Let's do it.
Sure, you got roll for the horse as well, for all that weight it'll have to carry.
He's not that fat. Jesus Christ, flat shaming.
That's a Grom 9.
A 9.
That's a 9.
Oh, damn it.
It's not going to make it, unfortunately.
Okay.
So you're running.
So I'm running, yeah. So then I'll take
Hey, what are you doing?
A double move then. So I've moved 50 feet.
Okay. Well, looking at the board here, it looks like they are about, at least the Fizz and the people attacking him are about 50 feet away from me, give or take. I think you said? Yeah?
Yep.
Well, you know what moves faster than a horse? An arrow. So I am going to target Hobgoblin E. I'm going to shoot at him from well within my first range.
Yep.
Here goes nothing. I'm going to pinch some grass, get the wind, lock, dock, and fire, and that's going to be a 15.
Oh, it misses, unfortunately. You see the arrow. The hobgoblins are holding up their torches, and they're just holding their... You can see they're holding their weapons down at Fizz. Fizz has just tried to do an attack. It's affected 2 of them, so they kind of stumble back. The other 2 are keeping on guard. But they've got a torch as well. And it just goes flunk straight into their torch. And immediately they turn around and go, there are more of them!
From there, I take out another arrow and I go, yeah, that's right. See that I'm here. I'm excited. I'm going to just start to rain arrows my next turn.
He calls out to the hobgoblin calls out to his other friends. They're up on the road! They're up on the road! And these 2 will start to... they've ignored the sounds of the wolf, and they will continue to run up towards the road. Right. So, you lot coming down. We are back with Shilling. You have avoided confrontation. What do you want to do?
I want to see if I can pick off this one with my arrow. Using my short bow, so I'm going to crouch down.
Yep.
Yeah, that one. Yep. And let's roll.
Go for it.
Oh no, it's a 9.
Oh, it just goes straight up, straight out.
She's too shaken up. She's all a bag of nerves.
Whiz straight past him into the tower, shatters on the wall. Anything else?
Not for now, no.
Okay, hobgoblins, it's my go. We're going to go through all the ones who are attacking Fizz. We're starting with A. Is an 11. I'm assuming that's a miss. B. Fizz, you there? Are you tuned in? That's a hit. I've got an 18. I'll keep rolling because he's not there yet. 19. That's 2 hits. And a 16. I'm not sure about the 16, but I've got 2 hits. Fizz! Come in, Fizz.
I'm pretty sure the 16 he'll use shield.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got 2 hits, so he's gonna take 10 points of damage when he comes back.
Is he still? Is he still prone on the ground?
He's still on the ground.
Yeah.
What he's doing on the ground, we don't yet know. It's Fizz's go.
You don't need to stand for no magic. Nah.
It's Fizz's go, but he's not here, so we will continue at the top of the round. Starting.
Oh, he's back.
Here he is.
He's back. He's back.
Fizz, you're back.
Hello. Yeah.
Right.
Is it
You've
my go?
been
Is
hit
it?
twice.
Oh,
You've been
cool.
hit 3
What was the
times.
first?
Right, you've been
What were
hit
the
3
numbers, please?
times, and we said collectively you would take 1 hit off.
So there was a
what were
16
the
in
numbers?
there, which you used. It was a 19, an 18, and a 16. And I said for the 16 you'd use shield.
6. No, because that would just be my armor class. I'll take them all.
You take them all off. Silver barbs, all of them.
I have to take.
I always knew Fizz was a hard bastard.
I can only silvery barbs once. No, my shield won't get past any of that.
Okay, that's 15 points of damage then.
15 points of damage. Awesome.
15, yeah.
Where are you at?
No one knows.
So,
He's in the
What
dark.
weapon-
No one knows how bad he is.
what weapons have they got?
Say again?
What weapons have they got?
They're using long swords.
Yeah. So I think as these things come in, like these storm of the red sword and the sword burst is still kind of falling back into place now, like this silt that's landing on the ground, and they just cut into him, and he's still swaying, and each one knocks him slightly off balance, but you can just see he looks bad.
Okay. Shilling might be able to see.
Yeah.
But she didn't do anything. So we move on.
It happened after I moved.
It is now the top of the round. We're going to do it in initiative order now. So Ayek, you're first.
All right. Once again, Hobgoblin E. Now that I have his attention, I'm going to say, good, I have your eyes. I'm going to take them from you. I'm going to shoot him in the head.
Nice.
That's going to be a 25 to hit.
Oh,
That's
definitely.
dark and I love it.
Stick him.
Yup. Okay, that's going to be an 8 as I pull it back, turn this a little bit, and let it fly.
8 damage, did you say, or 8 to hit?
8 damage. Sorry, 8
8
damage.
damage. And which one? Hobgoblin?
E.
D.
Right here.
Right, well, okay. Right, we're good.
Did
Fizz,
I miss a go
Shilling,
there,
you
by the
see... No. Shiz, Filling, you see this arrow just thunk into the Hobgoblin's chest. He goes down onto one knee, and he's in trouble.
No, I wasn't the only person who heard that.
Yeah.
What was that, Jeff?
You said shiz and filling.
Mannerism.
That was
Shiz.
brilliant. That was
I
absolutely
kind
brilliant.
of want to go to the town where Shiz and Filling are hanging out. I want to meet them.
That
They
sounds like
fun.
a party that I want to go to.
That'd be like my name now.
There's a lot going on. You're not even in the fort yet. Right.
She's feeling
Anything
AKA
else?
capital.
Successful hit. Boom. You see this make contact. You got fantastic eyesight. You see this. Anything else you want to do? You remember you can move.
Ooh, I can move. Yeah, you know what? Let's move. I'm going to take my 30 feet and get a little closer. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I'm gonna put myself there down the road, in between the unit and in between the ones attacking my friends, my new friends.
Okay. Nice. Hawk, what do you do?
Right. I am going to head towards F and C, I believe that is, unless my contact lenses are slightly out.
It is F and C, yes.
Yeah, and I am on the back of a horse, and as I get towards them, I am going to stand on the back of the horse by doing an acrobatics check.
Nice.
Okay. That is a 18 on... That's 11 plus 7, which is 18.
Yeah.
To
Steve,
stand
you can sort
on the
that one
back
out
of the
for
horse. Sorry?
me. I'm talking to Steve. Steve, you can sort that one out for me. You see the token, Steve? Yep, got it. Good.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. He's trying
and
to link them together.
Oh, I see. It's a horse. Is that what that is? A horse, oh yeah. And
That's
I head
cool.
towards C at full speed. So I end up about, I don't know, probably there actually, because that's about 10 foot away in it roughly. And then I'm going to pull out my rapier and axe and jump off the back of the horse and torpedo straight into C.
Nice.
And
Off in the dark
I'm
in the
gonna-
distance. Oh, I'm sorry, continue, please.
I'm going to...
It's better.
I made the acrobatics check. If I hadn't made the acrobatics check, I reckon I would have got disadvantage. But because I made it, do you think I can attack normally?
I'll allow it, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh. That is a 13 on the dice plus 7, which is a dirty 20. Dirty
Yes.
20
Go for it.
for you out there. And that is with my rapier in my hand. Like, so that I've got like the axe like this in my left hand, rapier in my right hand, and I'm just going to pile straight into him.
Go for it.
And that is a 1d8 plus 5. Boom. Ah, fucking hell, maximum. Nice. So it's 8 plus 5 damage.
Right. It is the first kill of the game. Well done. He immediately crumples under your weight and you just pin him. And you stab him straight through the heart. He is
And
gone.
I don't know if you can remove me off the horse there, Steve.
You can.
But I reckon, and this is only, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I reckon I probably would have ended up about 5 feet behind him from doing that. So I'd probably be directly under F. Just as a guess. And I do a little roll at the end, pull the rapier out from behind me, because it's impaled him, and turn to F and say, "You're next!" Ha-ha!
Nice. Do you want to do an intimidation?
Oh, I could try. Let me see what my intimidation is. Right, it's only +1, but let's try it. No, it's 4 total.
No. He's not intimidated. The guy you killed had the torch. So he had a sword. This guy has a sword and a shield. And he's just like, straightens up his shoulders. Bangs his shield. Bam, bam. Come on in, pirate.
He's still next. Ha ha ha.
Okay.
And that is the end of my turn.
Okay, how I'm not sure exactly how far away I am from the pack of where Fizz is. Basically,
you said you was on foot, aren't you? So you can still continue to run unless you've got a good ranged weapon. You're not going to turn up on the map until the next round.
Can I get within 60? Can I get within 60 feet of Fizz?
Yes. Of Fizz, probably not. Of Hawk, yes.
Shit. Okay. So I can't get within 60 feet of Fizz. Okay.
No.
All right. Then I'm going to move.
Not unless something happens. I'm saying that to all the players.
Less than
Bruce for you, Fizz.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to move. I'm going to move as far as I can to be sort of between where Hawk is. Can I get between Hawk and the other group?
Yes.
Okay. I will do that.
Go for it.
So I'll get. Let's see. Yeah. So I'll get between. So I don't know. You just tell me. Like, how far can I get here?
That's fine. Let's just put you in the middle. Yep.
So I can. That's full max, right?
On your short legs.
Right. And we'll say, just for, I guess, purpose, because I would be within 60, but we'll just say for purposes it was too far, right?
Yep.
So I'll get about right there. Where's Jorg? Is he still back up there? Or I would assume he's closer. He's on a horse, right?
Yep.
Okay. So as I guess as I'm running, I pass him.
Well, he's on horseback, but I don't think you would have passed him yet.
It's like this little guy going at super
You didn't
speed.
see the dwarf.
It's going downhill. That's what it is. He's running super fast downhill.
Yeah. Run past.
Like little legs
yell
go like
over,
this.
I'll yell over the your
Gimli.
help Hawk, take him. And I'll run and then I'll turn and I'll yell to Hawk like, let's finish him off quick. And I'll grab my my warhammer and you'll just see me like slam it into my shield and I'll like force it forward and this like spark will come off of it, and that spark as it flies off will all of a sudden right before it hits the ground will just go and just fly out and slap Hobgoblin F, and I'll cast Guiding Bolt.
Nice. Okay.
And Hawk yells back, "Aye, brother, let's finish them."
And that is a plus. That's a 15 to hit.
15 is a miss. They have an armor class of 18.
Oh my god. Okay.
So it doesn't miss. It just
Advantage
manages
now,
to
guys,
block
you know
it.
the opposite.
Puts his shield up, and you see the shield just.
At least it was awesome visuals.
Exactly. That's what we like. Go for the cinematic, even if it's a miss.
That was awesome.
Okay.
Hawk, we're back to you. Cool.
Already?
No, no. It's jumped around because they both
is it
got the
jumped
same
around?
number. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
It's
I was
York.
going to
There we
say
go.
it should be York, shouldn't it?
Oh, we've got the same problem with the numbers. York is
Yeah.
last.
What I'm going to do is just to fix it is put you in as 16, Jeff. Okay.
Oh, okay, no worries.
And I'll put
Yeah, just put one
Shilling in
above.
as 13. So that's
So Shilling, you're up.
Excellent. Where's that tree that we passed? I want to hide behind it.
What is that?
You're gonna make things as complicated as you can. Right, okay, hold on. Let me find.
I must be people near it.
I tell you what.
There's just no time to be taking a whiz.
There's a tree. There's a tree.
Excellent. I'm going to hide behind that tree because now I got advantage on my attack rolls.
It's a little tree.
It's like a little
Excellent.
sapling.
Lucky Shilling's a little elf. Yeah, so Shilling's gonna crouch, perhaps. Well, she could maybe be in commando, depending on how short the tree is, and just kind of like fire her bow that way. So she's gonna go there, and she's gonna aim for Hobgoblin D with her short bow.
D. Yep.
Yep. Let's have a go. Oh, 17. So that's still a miss, isn't it?
That's a miss.
Damn. Yeah.
You got to use your real dice. Digital dice always let you down.
My real dice are downstairs. I need to get them.
Go get
Yeah,
'em.
I think that's all I can do for now. Honestly, there's
Okay. Well, don't
I'm
go
out.
right yet, because you're just
I'm
going to
out.
watch me kill Fizz.
no.
So,
Oh my
Don't
god.
run though. Don't pick Fizz up.
Hobgoblins.
Just take the damage.
There's
Come on,
it was an
Phil.
honour.
Hobgoblin A. That's a 14.
Shield.
Hobgoblin
And now
B
I'm an armor class of 16.
is a miss. Hobgoblin D is a 3. That's a miss. Hobgoblin E is a 15. 600 is an 18.
18 hits.
It's 5 damage.
5 damage.
Yeah.
You watch as this sword slices into this, and this pulse of red that's been roiling off him. You watch these stumbles, and it like hits like one knee on the ground, and there's now just blood. You can start to see it seeping onto the coat. Monsters. And he stands back up, and he looks really, really bad.
I'm so glad you didn't say really bad as in dead there. I was like...
Fizz. Retribution time.
This red that's seeping out, it's almost like the blood that's hitting the floor, and these drips starts to like mist. And this royal that you watched go down before, they start to rise as 3 other Fizz Whizzers appear around him. He casts mirror image.
Ooh.
Nice.
Steve, can you sort that out? Do an alt?
It's all right. It's every time you make an attack, if you hit, I have to you have to roll something, and I'll let you know if you make another attack. But yeah,
you duplicate.
These three other fizzes are just swaying with him, and he's just like monsters. Yeah. That's it. Can't do anything else. But I get my reactions back, so that's good.
Well done. Jorg.
I, on my horse, lance in hand, charge heroically into the fray. Heading straight for Hobgoblin B, I will use my precise strike skill from my Squire of Solemnia and make an attack. It's going to be one of them nights. I roll with advantage with the precise strike ability. I have rolled the same number on both dice.
But not as
That's
good
the
as
magic of
earlier.
And they're both 20s, right?
and if only there was both 20s. They were both 4s. So I will use action surge, please.
Yep.
And make another attempt at precise strike. Okay, that's better. So that's an 18 plus 7 is 25 to hit.
Nice.
On whichever one that
B.
was. On B, yes,
yep.
please. So that's there, and sorry, I can't remember what Lance does. I think it's D12.
Quite a lot.
Yes, D12 and a D8. 13 points of damage.
There we go.
You impale Hobgoblin B, and he is dead on the end of your lance.
Okay, so I will allow that lance
to Dragonlance.
I am, yeah. Keep it authentic. So I will allow that lance to go straight through him into the ground, and as I release it, I will launch myself off the back of the horse.
Yep.
And go Mega Yorg.
Mega Yorg.
And land on the other two.
I can't even see what number letters they are now.
So good.
Auto Yorks.
So I just want to try and
A and D, or you got an extra fizz there.
Yeah.
Remember, people, use Viagra responsibly.
A and D, go for it.
So I'm just gonna try and barge them out of the way. Like I don't know. Do you want me to do like
do a strength check? Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll contest if I can.
Okay. So I roll with advantage in Mega Yorg mode.
Yeah.
So that is a 22.
I got a 15. So you push 10 foot.
10 foot, please. Yes, please.
Boom. There you go. He goes flying, head over heels. He lies prone on the ground.
And A as well.
And A. I'll send him in a similar direction.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Long screen. 5, 10. Lies prone on the ground.
Okay, cool. Might go over. Thank you very much.
Okay. We are top of the round. Ayek.
Right. So, as Hawk does their amazing dive off the horse and kill the hobgoblin in the dark, you can just hear me go, "That's so wizard." Then I see what's happening to the actual wizard. I'm like, "Oh, that is not freaking wizard at all." And I just pull and I fire Hobgoblin E again because I'm gonna kill this guy.
Go for it.
And that's gonna be a crit.
Oh, you got a nat 20.
Nice.
Fantastic. That's what we like.
As a champion fighter, I crit on a 19 up, so that is a crit.
Nice.
So, oh, that's gonna be 17 damage.
Okay, how do you want to kill him?
So as I say, oh, that's not freaking wizard at all. I dock the arrow, I pull it back, and I see where the arrow hit him in the sternum. I aim there, I inch a little bit up, and I release, so the arrow goes flying right between the eyes.
You just see it goes, poof, and just as we've seen in films, and it just falls back, stiff as a board, poof, into the ground. Well done. I like it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Anything else you'd like to do? You can still move.
You know what? Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think Hawk's gonna kill that guy. I get disadvantage for striking down people at range. I'm gonna move closer to the castle, to the fortification. So I'm gonna go here and begin to kind of look around to see what their turret guards are looking like, or any other sort of exterior guard.
Yeah, awesome idea.
Okay. You can see. Let's put them up on the map. You can see that there is currently only one guard out, and he is standing over here. Oh, I'll make him visible. There we go.
Great. That'll be.
And he's just watching. You can see he's like, what is going on?
In that case, GM, DM, if I may.
Yep.
Action surge.
Go for it.
I'm shooting this guy. Okay. That is going to be a 15.
Ooh. Is a miss. Ooh. They have some. They got so basically all of these soldiers with this dragon army surplus. The dragon army armor is some tough stuff.
Hopefully he didn't see the arrow in what direction.
He's not seeing you. He's looking at them. So I already rolled for you. He's looking at everyone else. He's looking at where the fires are, and one by one these fires seem to be going on the ground. And you can hear the commotion behind a tower, but you can't actually see what's going on. He's seen he's seen George on horseback, but he didn't see him go into Mighty George.
Okay. All right.
Hawk, over to you.
Right, so I'm in front of Hobgoblin F, who I've told he's going to die. So I'm going to fulfill that prophecy and attack him with by lunging forward with my rapier, and then if anything else is needed, coming down with my boarding axe.
Go for it.
And it's 16 plus 7 on the dice for the rapier.
Is that to hit or for damage?
Yeah, to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And it is 1d8 plus 5. Oh, it's fucking... I don't know how, but I've rolled maximum on the damage again. It's 8 plus 5 for the damage.
How do you want to kill him?
Oh, so all I do is I just sort of like... He wasn't that impressed with the way that I killed his friend. So all I do is I sort of like feign falling forwards, like as if I've dropped something, and the rapier just goes up straight through his head and out the back of his head.
Yep.
Nice.
And he crumples to the ground.
I told you. And then
he doesn't even have a witty dying comeback because you hit him in the brain.
I shouldn't think so. He's bloody pinned his jaw to his upper head. Yeah. And then I will move my maximum because I haven't moved at all, which is 30 feet. Is it 5 for moving diagonal, or is it more?
No, it's 5. It's 5. It's fine.
Yeah. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'll be there for the next round.
Okay. Grom.
Okay. Which one is... Well, I don't know that it matters. Like, if I want to touch... I want to do something that is a touch spell for Fizz.
Mm-hmm.
Can I touch any one of them?
You've just got to get to him.
Okay.
But he's done mirror image.
Right.
So only Fizz knows which is the real one.
Yeah.
I was about to ask that. I was like, can I tell? I don't think I'd be able
they're
to.
all identical, but it only really matters when somebody makes an attack against me. So.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to run in and get here.
Yep.
so I can be in range of one of the fizzes.
Yep. Is potluck?
Well, okay, yeah. If we want to do this, then what are you casting? And then I guess I get you to roll a d20.
Well, no, it's not potluck in that. It's just that if he hasn't been paying attention to which is the correct fizz, then he needs to decide which one he's gonna reach out to touch. And if it's the right one,
I'm gonna touch the one that is directly diagonal to me.
Okay.
Right.
Yep. And you cast your spell.
Yeah, the closest one. So I guess I'll get close and I'll see these fizzes just going, and I'll like look down and like close my eyes and just be like, please be the real fizz. And I'll reach out and I'll just grab one, and you'll just see my hands just light up like real bright, and I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. As soon as you put your hands on the fizz whiz that you think is the real one, it is indeed the real one. And you grab his shoulders. You can feel him. You can feel him. He is weak and shuddery underneath. And you just imbue him.
All right.
Woohoo!
What is that? These are so hard to read, but they're so awesome. That is a... you get 11 points of healing.
Nice.
11.
Nice.
Yep.
Good job, Grom.
Suddenly I just had the... I don't know why it popped in my head, but seeing Yorg like that, I just thought... Constructicons. Transform, unite. And then they're just tearing down the doors.
Yeah. 1980s Transformers movie, the best.
Yep.
You got the touch.
You got the power.
as my kids got this 5 minutes later.
We all just listen to the song and dance.
It's where the alcohol starts to kick in.
I don't care what anyone says.
It is. It's a fantastic one. You put that in the car, yeah. That's what you need to do. You put the windows down. Some middle-aged man driving down the street with "You got the touch."
This wasn't our road trip soundtrack last week, I have to say.
Right. Anyway, Shilling, you're up next.
Okay,
Are you still hiding behind the tree?
I'm still hiding. So Shilling's initial plan was to basically extract Fizzwiz from all this chaos.
Also, bear in mind, for everyone else, you don't know that Shilling is there. You didn't see her run off and hide.
So she is fully, what's the word, incognito at the minute. So, but now seeing, obviously, he's been healed a bit. Yorg is there. There's a few other people. She's going to try with her bow again. Hope she's got her nerve back and will, with advantage, roll to take off Hobgoblin A.
Hobgoblin A, go for it.
Oh, that's 18 plus 6. So
yes!
That is 24, finally. And I use real dice this time. So that's
real dice always works.
Real dice. And then I need a d6. And, oh, what is that? I can't read this dice. It's too much of a fancy one. I think that's... Oh, I rolled a 6. So 6 plus 5 is 11. Then I've got sneak attack for 2d6. So 11 plus 6 is 17 points of damage.
Okay, how do you want to kill it?
Through the centre of its forehead. Just literally take it out straight away.
We're going with another
Hitman
person
style.
who's doing headshots. Another arrow.
It goes down. That's what's up.
Yep. Boom, boom. There is one hobgoblin left. He sees everyone now. He sees multiple fizzes. He sees giant Yorg. And he sees just out of the darkness his friend crumple in. He's going to run. So he's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's running away. There we go. Boom.
Bravely.
Run away bravely. It's the best way to run away. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Now. You see Ayik, You hear a call go out from the Dragon Army officer, the Dragon Army soldier above you. He runs to the side, calls out for reinforcements. He shouts out, "The hobgoblins, I think they're down. We need more. We need more of us outside." The doors slowly start to crank open. The doors open up and as a portcullis as it slowly starts to rise up.
Oh shit!
You're just
fucking back up.
I was hoping I could kill that guy so I could get up there and like open the door all badass. But look, that's the best thing about being Aik Or. Things just happen for you. Look at this opportunity that I've seized. The door's opening all for me. It's great.
That's a good way of looking at it.
You know, when you lose your life at a young age, you just really you learn how positivity is a lifestyle, and that looks. I don't like that. That does not look good.
Yeah,
I hate that for me.
Where's our 10 people?
Yeah. Where are those 10 at?
Yeah, where's my reinforcements?
They haven't run away, have they? Did you find out they actually ran away?
Oh no!
Half an hour ago.
So
They should have been following it behind, shouldn't they?
the doors open up, and in formation, you have a bunch of soldiers lined up. They pull out their swords, and immediately they come in to attack. Now I'm just going to add one of them in there, and I'll take out. I'm not sure if
click on the token.
Oh, can you sort that out then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Swap them over. It'll be the same number as 12.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You've done initiative on one of the other tokens, and yeah, I can't see them now.
that's fine. That's fine. It's changed it. It's okay.
So much for the stealth mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all come out and start to immediately surround you. I'm looking at the wrong screen. That's why it's not moving. Let's stand up there.
Well, it's been fun, Aik.
Look, as a guest character, I can do no wrong. I can only just go out in a blaze of glory. Let's go.
You hear the officer who's at the back, obviously their commanding officer, shouts out, "Put your weapons down. You are now a prisoner of the Dragon Army. Obey or die."
Oh, that's not good.
No, let me know when it's my turn. Because right now I have an idea, but I don't want to do it unless it's my turn.
If it's verbal, you can do it. If it's a reaction, you can do it.
It would be a lot. It'd be a lot of stuff.
Otherwise, you're gonna have to wait your turn.
I will wait my turn.
Okay. Fizzwiz, over to you.
Yeah. Grom, you kind of like come in and you grab him. Oops, sorry.
Can I ask a quick question? Sorry. Have we seen them come out?
I would say Hawk and Grom and probably Yorg. You can see them.
Okay.
So I can't, yeah?
I would say you probably can. It depends.
Maybe
you're just
at the gate or something. It's quite
you
open.
might have
quite
more
open there.
important things to worry about. You've just been nearly dead.
That's all right. Grom, you reach out and obviously you've just pumped a load of healing into him. And in this weird, usually you would expect Fizz to be very grateful and very kind of polite. He doesn't even say anything. He's just sort of you stop him from swaying for a minute, and then he just takes 5. Oh, I can't get to there or there. Slow down.
You can move through because you're smaller, right? You can move
Yeah.
through.
I can, but I've only got 10 foot of movement because I'm level 2 exhausted, so I'm at half speed.
Oh.
So
That really helped.
5. He wanders up to there.
Knew we should have waited an extra day.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say anything earlier. I was just you know what? He'd just try and help. So that's on me. What was the best on that? So I need. Oh, I might be out of range for everything here. No, okay, cool. I'm gonna. You watch as like he's just swaying as he kind of like goes this 10 feet, just like moving out of the way, and then he just like holds his hand up, and you just watch this like same like red blood and mist like roil off his hand and just begin to like fade out towards the group of soldiers over there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Just here, I'm going to conjure a flaming spear.
Oh.
Nice. Okay. Over to you, Steve.
Then I will. It's a 5 foot wall, yeah, and 5 foot sphere appears in any unoccupied space of your choice within range. Any creature that ends its turn has a dexterity saving throw. When you conjure the spear, I'm sure they have to do something as well. No, okay. So what I'll do as a bonus action then is I will move it 5 foot that way, and realistically it would have been 10 foot to try and ram it into the dragon army officer, but it will end just here in that one there. And he needs to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Nice. Okay. Dexterity. That's a 14.
That passes. So he's going to take half damage, which is going to be 8 half. Is going to be 4 fire damage.
So 5 fire damage, yeah?
8 half to 4.
4 damage. Okay.
And that's it. That's all he can do.
Jorg, you are up.
Okay, I will move over to assist Aik. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll use my bonus action to draw my sword. And then my action will be to move the rest of the way up so I can attack somebody next round. That's my go.
Okay. Right, hobgoblins, we're taking those off. Yeah, if you delete them off the board, Steve, that will take them off the list, I think.
Yeah, I can't see them because they're invisible.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, no problem, I'll sort it out. Ayek, we're back to you.
So, they asked me to
that
put
one,
down my weapons and turn myself in. So, I got the arrow already docked to my bow, and what looks like a moment of fear slowly falls into false bravado as my prosthetic leg slowly starts to shift its weight behind me. And I say, sorry guys, I can do anything, but I can't do that. So, you know what they say, might as well jump. I slam my prosthetic leg, activate the jump spell, and I leap over to Dragon Army Soldier A on the turret.
That's so awesome.
You got the touch.
You
got the power.
So you see Ayek launch superhero style, do a massive Captain America jump. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, right there in the turret, and with my action, midair, I want to pull the arrow and I want to shoot the Soldier A who's on the turret as I'm kind of passing over him.
Go for it.
Now, weird question. Do I have advantage? Is it a normal roll? Disadvantage?
I would say you've got advantage. That he is surprise isn't the word. He is just like what, and then you appear behind him with a bow with an arrow drawn.
All right, it's gonna be an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay, here we go. Big bravado. Come on. Maximum damage. That's going to be 11 damage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, he's still standing. You see it cave in most of his armor. He's pinned. His one arm almost goes limp down by his side. He's still. He hasn't even drawn his sword yet, but he's like pushed back into the wall, and kind of panic behind his eyes. He goes to draw his sword. He's got a long sword. He goes to draw his sword, but he's still standing. Immediately, you can see the blood just start to pool around out of his arm, out of his shoulder.
Talking the next one, and I raise it to him, and I say, "Come on, buddy. There's a lot of stupid people down there. Don't be a stupid person up here. Think about it."
Okay, so as you saw him pulling his sword, and you say that, he holds it up to his face, and says, "With the blessing of Takesis, you will all die." And you see the blade start to glow a dull red. And it does a volley, and then here he's ready to spring to his attack on his go.
Goddamn Sith Lord.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be Han Solo versus Emperor Palpatine. Let's go.
Yep.
Ready.
One small
And-
Takesis will rule the galaxy.
Something draconian, something complete.
So as he stands, so all of you, you're standing there. It's nighttime. You got some lights, torches lit inside the courtyard. The gates are open, so you can kind of see inside. Ayuk has done his somersault. We've got a giant Yorg, and as the dragon soldier pulls out his sword, and it glows a dull red. And we will find out what happens in the next episode, guys.
No! I had my thing planned then. What I was going to do, I need to write it down.
Oh man, but
Well done, everyone. It's going to be. I thought you'd be further in, but
I thought.
it's you kind of just brought everything out, which was great, rather than you discovering it on the inside. So fair enough, fair play. But we'll pick it up next episode.
Awesome.
Awesome.
We've got another big combat episode for next stuff. We will be back in 2 weeks. But how was that for you guys?
Really good.
So
That was
good.
fun.
Yeah, it was awesome. But does that mean that we get PJ back next week?
PJ's
Oh, yeah.
coming back next week, yeah. Well, next session, 2 weeks. But PJ's
Nice.
back.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
on the
next
wall. I got
session,
your
yeah,
back.
next week.
Nice.
I like
Okay.
it when it all hangs on a dice roll as well. I love that about D&D when like your character could be gone based on like what it was, and like when you said earlier, like we thought you'd like shield and stuff. I'm like, I physically can't do anything about those. Those attacks are all coming in.
Yeah, I was worried
With
about Fizz there for a minute.
Yeah, me too.
Those these are the Dragon Army soldiers. So
it's so cool.
they are they do look pretty cool. But as you can tell, they're human. But yeah, this sword puts it down, and the whole blade just grows. It glows a dull red, and it's a. Oh, wait till next episode. Wait till next episode. Maybe.
Yeah,
See
just
what it's
wait
all
till
about.
Good humans.
Oh yeah.
Grom's coming out.
Don't rely on a human. So for everybody who's watching, let's just quickly go around the table. PJ, thank you very much for joining us. You'll be back in the next session in 2 weeks' time. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me over at Nat20 Productions Official. Links right down there. Twitch.tv/Nat20 Productions Official. Season 3 of Edge of Legends started this week. We're going to have episode 2 next week and a few other surprises and other projects with Queen's Court Games on Spotify and a project I've been working on Q Times with for a little while. So more details as I can let you know, but you can find me all over the internet as well at pj.mcgaw, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So come find me and let's have some fun, guys. This was exciting. Oh my God.
Cool. Fantastic. Well, we
PJ,
will
you
see.
got the touch.
He's got the whole soundtrack now. Right, we will see you again next time.
We've forgotten something.
Say again.
We've forgotten something.
Go on then.
We were supposed to be saying, of course, that we're playing the Beadle and Grimm's
We
version
are
of
playing
Dragonlance.
We are.
So yeah,
it's the steel edition, which is absolutely fantastic. So all the bits and pieces, including the map that you saw, including, I'll quickly put it up on the screen because it's got all my notes on it, including these handy things which you can write on and wipe off. You can put all the baddies, all the monsters.
Show us that map again,
so you
Dave.
can't see what's there. No, I'll show you that side. There you go.
There it is.
So fantastic bunch of handouts. It is the steel edition, loads of goody stuff. And we love Beetle Grims. We do loads of it.
right.
So yeah,
We do. And pre-orders at the moment for the silver edition of
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep. I need that so bad.
Yeah, looking very, very good.
Yes.
Oh, looking too good.
Yes.
It's too good, that one.
So awesome.
Favorite for those of you, have you all played Waterdeep?
No.
Played a little bit.
I does.
Before COVID, then I couldn't play it.
Okay, cool. So out of the people who have, best of the four, who's your favorite?
I like the. Am I allowed to say it's a bit of a spoiler?
Well, not really, because there's four characters that like they can chop and change, so it doesn't really matter because you could meet all four of them, but it doesn't say who's the protagonist because you roll that at the start.
I like the husband and wife.
Yes, yeah, dark.
Yes. And no one else knows what we're talking about. We're like, yeah, that husband and wife, yeah.
I like that.
Well, that just sounded dodgy.
It always sounds dodgy.
But like, M's got a lot of potential as well. So I think they're great.
Definitely. Right, and with that, remember you can find us on YouTube. Please do like and subscribe. It's perfectly free, and if you're watching us live on Twitch, thank you very much. Please do whatever it is on Twitch that you do. Follow, subscribe, or do something. I don't know. I just do this stuff. But yeah, YouTube.com. We're at 960. I think we're desperately trying to get to 1,000. Please do tell your friends, your neighbours, the pets. Go to the zoo. Tell all the animals in the zoo to tune in and subscribe because we get loads of hits that way.
Especially the badgers.
Especially badgers. Yeah, go to local wildlife things, National Trust, petting zoos, go anywhere. We're pet shops, anywhere. Just let them know. And we'll see you again next time. But until then, bye bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.